Okay, so let's try another one of these. I'm trying to make sure that the angle is such that you can actually see it. You know what I'm doing since I'm broadcasting it, and I might as well show it, right? Let me see here. Bear with all the jiggly. I want to kind of get it up as high as I can so that you can see a bit of like a bird's eye view. Oh, we're rather crooked. And I want you to see more of my work surface than me. There. I think that might be okay. Now, hang on, because I was supposed to share this. Oh, there we go. Share. Copy the link. And now I'll be right back. I think this will bump out for a second and then skip back to live in a minute. Okay, so we're back, and I hope that you guys can join me. Somebody can join me. If not, then you can watch this after the fact. The reason I'm doing these live videos is to give you guys a bit of a real-time sense of how my process goes. You guys will also be able to obviously see the process video for this, and you'll get early access to that process video. So let me just set up my camera for the process video so that we can get that going at the same time. There we go. And record. Okay, we're good to go. Hello, Carina's here. Hooray. So this is just one of those casual behind the scenes types of live streams. So I am using something a little bit different today. Look at this. It says, "You have exceptional taste." And I am using the August 2017 Life Lessons Kit from Kelly Purkey, which is a little different from me. I realized that I hadn't, that's really loud, so I'll get rid of that bag. I realized that I hadn't actually gotten a Kelly Purkey kit since she started making them. And there was a time when I loved everything Kelly Purkey did, and I still do, but I just don't follow her very much, so I wasn't sure what she was up to. So I checked out her website and saw that she was offering Project Life kits or pocket page kits or whatever you call them, and so I decided to sign up. I signed up for a really brief membership, the smallest one that they offered, so just the 3 months. And what I've done is I actually canceled my Freckled Fawn kit because I can really only afford so many kits at a time, and I really only want to be paying for one kit at a time. I just can't really justify buying more than that because I'm not going to be able to really scrapbook much more than that. So they give you this cute little card. Isn't that cute? And it says, "Hey, you crafty lady, thank you so much for your order." It's kind of cute. I like it. So I have all of these cards, and it also comes with this really cute alphabet. I love Kelly Purkey's alphabets. These are very similar to her letter stickers, which I'm going to pull out so you can see just how similar they are. Let me just find them here. So these are her large letter stickers. I don't even know if they're much smaller, to be honest. I think they're just on a smaller piece of paper. They're a little bit smaller, but not much. So it comes with some cards, and they're double-sided cards, and you know, they're all different from each other as opposed to some of the Project Life core kits that you get where there's a lot of multiples. And I like the color scheme. It's kind of this cute blue, pink, and red theme, which is, you know, really different from some of the other things that I have been receiving. So, and it's got a bit of a back to school theme, as you can see. It's got the kind of some letters. It comes with some cut aparts. I really like this kit. And so I thought I would use this kit. I do also have the Project Life kit from Hip Kit Club, which I might draw into as well. So I'm just going to go and grab that. Let me find it. Yes, so here's the Project Life kit from Hip Kit Club. And I like to just kind of familiarize myself with the cards especially. I like to see some overlap in the colors here. We've got lots of blues and pinks again, and even a little bit of red right there. So I think that these two kits are going to work pretty well together. The Hip Kit has kind of a lot more soft pastel-y colors in it than the Kelly Perky kit, but I think they're going to work okay together. I certainly am not going to need all of these cards for today's spread, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's nice to have more options, right? To be able to kind of shop your stash. And so there's also this this stamp set, and what I've decided to challenge myself to do this time around is to try to use stamps a little bit more in my pocket pages. I used to use stamps a whole lot in my pocket pages, and I really loved doing that. Hang on. I think I'm going to log in just to see if I'm missing. I think Carina is still here. Oh, my iPad is dead, so I can't log in. Okay, well, yeah, so I was trying to use stamps a little bit more often in my early on pocket pages, but then I kind of like fell off on that and stopped using them quite so much. And I don't use a whole lot of stamps in my scrapbooking, so I thought Project Life was a really nice place to use the stamps. So we have these stamps here. It has like the ruled line for printing on, and also a ruler and a couple of school themed stamps and sentiments. And so what I like to do is just kind of like look through my photos. I've already printed my photos on my Epson PictureMate charm, and I almost always print all of my square photos at 2x2 because that just makes it easier. I like to have almost like default sizes for certain photos. It does make it a lot easier to design, like you just get used to using those sizes. And so I have a whole bunch of photos from the last several weeks right here. And then I also have my kind of odd shaped photos. So these are non-squares. This one is printed at 2x3, which is my favorite small rectangular size to print at. It fits nicely on a 3x4 card. And this one is printed at, oh darn, I missed it. I think it's printed at 2x3.8. And this is my best size for fitting a screenshot onto a 3x4 card. Hang on. Doesn't fit on a 3x4 card, but it should. Oh, it's because I left a bit of a border on the top and on the bottom. That's why it doesn't quite fit. So that's why. Hello, everybody. Okay, so then I print my larger sized rectangular photos at 4x6, and these can just slip right into pockets. So I have two of these. And then I have one that's not 4x6, but I wanted to, this one is the same camera that this one is taken from. And I really love having this camera as a way to capture random moments, and I'm in the photo, and it kind of captures our real life because it is our camera. Hello, Mo is here. I didn't see Mo come in. I can only see that two people are here. I can't see who they are unless if you guys comment. So feel free to say hello. So anyhow, I have these two different sizes of photos. This one is just like a little bit shorter than the other one. And yeah, so this one I wanted to capture my daughter's face. She was looking right up at the camera, so I thought that I'd kind of zoom in, and I trimmed this one in a little bit. And this one is the whole untrimmed scene of our house. So it goes from one end of our house to the other end of our house. And so it had like white strips above and below because it's wider than 4x6. Like it has a different aspect ratio, is I guess what I'm trying to say. So thank you guys for joining me live. If you are unable to join me live, this will be available after the fact. And this is just kind of a really easy way for me to casually show you guys behind the scenes and show you some of my process real time. And at the same time, I am filming above in my regular camera. So you guys will get to see this. You'll get early access to this process video that I'm filming today. So I have my large photos and I have my small photos, and then I might even stick this little Kelly Perky card in there because I think it's kind of cute and it's the first kit I've ever received from Kelly Perky, so I thought that might be worth documenting as well. If I had any ephemera like movie tickets or anything like that, I would put those here too. And then I have last week's spread here just because I couldn't remember when I left off, so I wanted to refer to it as I printed up my pages, but it turns out I didn't really need to do that because my photos of these pages were in there. So that's actually a really nice way for me to organize my project life, is I can just go back to the last set of photos of this spread and then capture everything from that point forward. So I'm going to use that as my method. I won't have to refer to these pages anymore. So I will move those out of my way. And then I have my templates. These are off to the side, but I wanted to show them so that you guys know that I am kind of planning with them. I will start by just kind of setting out some of my photos and deciding where some of them might go. So we got a new TV. That's what this one is about. And I'm going to need a journaling card underneath of it to explain it because there's not going to be room on the photo or the card itself to do the journaling for it. And then this is, well, this is after we got the new TV because the TV is up there. And I want to balance these two off because they're so similar to one another. I wouldn't want them right next to each other. So I think this is about as far away as they can get from each other without, I don't really want that one to be there. And then this is our trip to IKEA, which we took on Monday. So I'll put that over here just because chronologically, I don't worry too much about having it go chronologically. It's all within the last couple of weeks. So it doesn't really matter if it's, you know, absolutely this day, this day, this day, this day. It's just a snapshot of our life this week. So, but I do think that the picture of the sofa should go close to the IKEA picture. I might scrapbook this in a 12 by 12, so I'll keep that aside. This is exactly the kind of thing that I love capturing with my project life, is things like television shows that I'm watching. So I'll put that on a 3 by 4 card. That's that Kelly Perky card. We also watched a movie last weekend together, just me and the girls, so I'll put that up there. Scott's doing some work. These two have to go together and maybe on the same 4 by 6 card because their pictures kind of like pre-race, post-race. We did our first ice skate together, and so for the season. And so these two should go together, like close together. This is a bit of a filler card that somebody left. It was a joke that was put on my Facebook group. This is fish tacos. This is Scott reading with Sophie in bed. This is a book that Sophie read that I have a whole story to tell about that, so I'm going to put that right here. And then this is my cat in a box. So this is nice. This is actually, I've got lots of space. I can put this picture in here if I want to. I don't mind double scrapping. And I can even put that like right there. So that will be good. What do I want to do here? I think I might. Well, we'll just leave it like this and we'll see how it goes. And let us see what we've got here. This style of card is one of my pet peeves, actually. I don't like this. Becky Higgins makes a lot of cards like this too. The cards with the designs and then a white spot at the bottom. I really don't like designing around those kinds of cards. I find it difficult to use them as anything other than a title card, and I don't do titles, so that is tricky for me. I really like this. And it picks up on the red in some of the these photos of my home typically have a lot of red and reddish browns because my home has a lot of those colors in it. Oh, you don't like them either, Mo? Yes, they're tricky. I wish they would stop doing that. Okay, so let's see what else we have here as far as this one says school. I don't even have any school pictures except for some reading, I guess. So we'll put that aside. I don't need the school one. This one says September. I really like this. And I also really like this wood grain one. So I'm going to put, I might use this and cut it up and use it as a background or something. So I'll hang on to that. This one says first day of school, and I don't have any first day of school photos for this. This is after the first day of school. So this picks up on the colors in this, so I might want to put it over here somewhere to kind of balance that off. In fact, it might look kind of cute with this. And A is for August, so I don't need that. Live and learn. Live and learn. Live and learn. We'll keep that out. I really like this black and white pattern a lot. I have a whole story to tell with this, so I'm going to want a 4x6 or something, and I can go into my stash if I can't find anything appropriate here. Maybe I just want to make sure that I have some room for what I need there. So, okay, now this blue kind of picks up on some of the blues in IKEA on here and almost in like the shadowy parts of the road. So I'm going to put this over here somewhere, not right under there because those two designs are too similar, but maybe over here. And yeah, that's too similar. I still want some of that blue over here, but those are too similar. Like I've got dots here, dots here, and dots here, and I don't want them so close together. So let's find more of that blue and make sure that we spread it around. So here's some of that blue, so I'll put it right here, move my fish tacos. Here is a card that I could do some journaling on for this photo that I have a lot to say about. Here's another card I could do some journaling on. This one might make a better, because this one is kind of like a list. Here's that color blue again. And this is just a really nice filler card. I like this. Like just not filler card, but like a nice background for writing on. Yeah. Yeah, I think that looks nice because it covers up the right amount of, it doesn't necessarily interrupt this part of the design. It just looks like it was meant to be that way. All right, so what else do we need to do here? I think that this card here will balance off this card, so let's put it on the other page, maybe right here. I like how those two colors look together as well. Love this, would look nice beside the fish tacos. And I might scrapbook this picture, so it doesn't have to make it. I like this Oh Snap filler card. I really like it a lot, but what I might do is cut it out and use it as an embellishment on something here. So let's keep that along with the Live and Learn. And I love this. I love this black and white. This is awesome. So use it right there. Can you guys see everything? All right. Do I need to bring more of these colors in or not? Here's another really nice journaling. Actually, I really like this part for journaling. What other story did I have a lot to say about? This one. And maybe maybe, let's see. Maybe there. This one could kind of go with like 5 things we love about ice skating or something like that right here. And maybe this could house those. It has similar colors, so I like that. There we go. And what else do we have here? So we're filling out nicely. This is working quite well. I'm liking how it looks. Here's another card that brings lots of color into the page. I flipped that around because that way it's kind of like green by the green and red by the red. So if I flip it around, it just mixes it up a little bit. I don't have much to say about this one other than look at my cute cat. This one can go with, no, it can't, because School of Rock already has a card with it. Hello Fall would be cute if I had a picture of the fall leaves, but I don't. We'll put that over there for now. So of the 2 of you who are watching live, what are you guys up to today? September, if I needed a filler card, this would be a cute one, but I don't really need a filler card. I've got I've got all my spaces. Well, wait a minute, this is a filler. Actually, I could cut out this Hello Fall and put it right here on this card. It might look cute like that, and it brings some color into that card. I was thinking about doing some stamping and maybe putting some labels or something on there, but let's leave that there so I don't forget it. I also really love this card. Love, love, love it. So what can we do with this? We could do like Time for Frasier. I don't like how the photo covers up the top of the alarm clock. But I could cut it out and slip it over. That's my little thing I do when I don't like something like that. And now this could go right behind this. And then I think we're almost done. Almost done. I just need something for behind this. This looks an awful lot like wallpaper. I'm not a huge fan of this card, and this one has ABCs on it, so none of those are going to work here. I might need to go into my stash and pull out a 4x6 card. Do I have any 4x6 cards in here? No, I do not. Okay. Oh, I could also put Oh Snap on here. I I think the color scheme of the O Snap works better than the color scheme of the Hello Fall, and it'll also be easier to cut out. And I don't need to cut out the O Snap part. I could just cut out the camera, which I really love. So I think I'll put the camera on there along with a couple of labels or something and do some stamping. Bright idea. Where might we want to do this? Bright idea to go ice skate. This could go almost anywhere. And there's a light bulb for another bright idea. Okay, I'm almost ready to start scrapping. This planning section is important. I need another card to go right there. What are we going to do? I would like it to be a pattern. A pattern that isn't this color. Okay, so I sort of pulled out this one, thinking maybe this one would work. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I'm just looking up there. I'm looking in the overhead camera and trying to see if I like how that looks. And this, I'm not married to this either. It doesn't have to stay this way. But, so which of these stamps would be relevant? On my reading list, there's a nice one to stamp somewhere. On this one, which is about books, and this one, which is about books. Lesson learned could go on the ice skating one. Life lessons back to school. Little light bulb, that would be cute to stamp almost anywhere. Okay, I'm going to look at my other stamps because I really want to start incorporating stamps into my layouts, and I have a whole bunch of really cool ones. I'm in a Kelly Perky mood, so maybe I should pull out some of my other old Kelly Perky stamps. I have some really old ones, some foodie ones, some Instagram ones. I'll show you these in a second. I'm just gotta pull them all out first. I don't know if those are Kelly Perky or Studio Calico. These ones, I think. Some of the Studio Calico ones are Kelly Perky because she was designing for them for a while. Can you even hear me? Let me know if you can hear me when I'm over there because I can't use my microphone because live streaming on a mobile uses a lot of your battery. And so I have to plug my phone into you. Can you shade them? Can you shade with them at all? Yes, you can still hear. Even when I was over, that would be nice. If you could hear me when I was over at the other side of my room talking about stamps. Can I shade them? What do you mean? Let me know what you mean by that. No. Oh my gosh, I love this stamp. Look at this stamp. Oh, I didn't see what you just said. Oh, could you say it again? I can't. I wish I could get back. Oh, there we go. Can you show? Yes, much softer, but could still hear. Okay, good. Oh, you guys have a conversation going about mermaid markers. Okay, awesome. I can see you guys now. I can kind of like go back and see. Oh, look at this. I missed all these comments. Okay. Okay, so I can see your guys' comments. I just can't, I wasn't doing it right. So now I can see them. Oh my goodness. Sometimes it takes me a while to clue in. How are you liking your mermaid markers, Carina? I like them a lot. I haven't tried shading with them. So I have some food stamps that I think I might use for the fish tacos. So keep that out. I love this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That is gorgeous. I really love that. These are from Studio Calico, and they're from ages ago. No, some of them are from Citrus Twist. Most of them are Studio Calico. Don't want to use those today. Status update. Week in review. Good stuff. Priority. Okay, nothing here is really standing out for me other than this Studio Calico Eat set. I don't have any travel to talk about today. Self-portrait. I don't have any selfies in this. I left my heart in so many places. Oh my goodness, I love this. This stamp set makes me want to travel just so I can use it. All right. I want to see what you guys are saying. Find hard to shade without black or gray. Let me see what I missed. Miranda was on here. Is Miranda still here? I don't think so. Haha. Sorry, Miranda. You finally got to chat and I didn't see you. It's because when I look on my phone, I can only see your comment for a second, but then I realized that I can actually tap and it brings it back up again. So I'll try to not miss your comments anymore from now on. I think I'm ready to start. So one of my biggest challenges with Project Life is just like not spreading out too much because it's hard to find all my stuff. So I'm going to move, I'm going to leave my stamps. Can you guys see what I'm doing over here? So I'm going to move my little templates that hold my cards over like this. And then I'm just going to randomly start scrapbooking. So let's start with this one. I got to go get my cards. I don't know who's still left, but hello, thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I know that these are not timed all that well. They're through the week and in the daytime, but you can always come back and watch it later. So I just grabbed my little, not little, but my ginormous tray of cards. I just put them down there so that I can do this kind of a thing when I'm scrapping in a 4x6 pocket with 3x4 cards. So let's put this right here and this right here. There we go. They're so cute. Look at them. All right, I need to zoom in a little bit for my process video viewers. All right. I think I had decided I was going to put you guys on the other side so that you can see what I'm doing because I'm right-handed and my right hand is going to end up covering a lot. So sorry about that. Next time, it's just that my plug for my phone is over there, and yeah, I'll have to rearrange all my plugs and stuff in order to be able to do that. But that is a goal I have. All right, so this is the Turkey Trot, which is a race that is hosted by another school that my daughter went to. My younger daughter does these runs, and my older daughter has never been interested in doing runs. I like this life lessons stamp. I think it would look cute there. Oh, these stamps. They're so sticky. I love a nice sticky stamp. And I'm going to try not, these are brand new stamps, and I'm going to try not priming them. Maybe I should prime them. Just rubbing an eraser over them helps to prime them from, like, they've got, sometimes they've got a bit of like stuff on them from manufacturing, and that just helps the ink stick to them a little bit more smoothly. I think I'm going to use gray ink for this. I don't want to use a colored ink because I don't want to take away from the colors that are on the card already. So let's do a little bit of stamping here. Life lessons. That's cute. And then I'll do some journaling, and I think I'll write turkey trot with these letter stickers. Oh, these are so cute. I don't know how I'm gonna have to space this because I don't like to prepare my titles too much on Project Life. I just want to throw it on and get her done. If that makes any sense. I don't know what Scott is doing upstairs, but it's noisy. Oh, he's down here. He's working. He's working on the basement. So the room that my kids hang out in is an unfinished room. It's like the hangout room. And so we're finishing it because we want to get it all settled and have it be a little bit nicer than it has been. And we bought a new TV, which is one of the things that is in my Project Life this month. And so we bought a new TV, and we're kind of switching our TVs around in the house because now we have one more TV than we're used to having. So we're thinking about, we ordered a new couch. It won't be here for a while because even though IKEA just opened, they're already out of stock in the couch that we wanted. We've been waiting 18 months for this couch, but we have to wait a little bit longer because we wanted to sit on it before we bought it. So that's why we didn't order it online. Like, it ended up, we just sat on it and said, yep. And then we just went to order it online because they're out of stock. So anyhow, we have a new couch, and we're thinking we might set a rule of no eating like in the living room because the couch is yellow, which we think might not be the best. I don't know, you can take it off and clean the cover, so I don't know how likely we are to actually do that. Life lessons, turkey trot. That's kind of cute, isn't it? Put this guy right here, or put this guy right here, maybe. I like that. I don't like to overthink it. Just get it done. If it looks decent, stick it down. My goal with Project Life is to just have it not look horrible. There we go. And these are the slightly concave flare badges, so I'm going to use a foam adhesive to stick it down. There we go. That's kind of cute. Then I'll do some journaling. No, not second, for the third year in a row. It was freezing cold that day. What else do I want to say? But running kept them warm. Not us. We were freezing. Holy moly. That was a cold, cold day. Probably the coldest day of the year so far. That is pretty cute. I don't even think it needs anything else. Maybe some outlining. Oops. Oops. Going off my page a couple of times there. Okay. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so the only other thing I was thinking is I might want to say like pre-race, post-race, or like stamp a little something on the photo itself, but I don't know, progress is better than perfection. I like that. Why am I just seeing that now? I really like that. Progress is better than perfection. Will that fit anywhere on this and look nice? I don't think it will. Could put it in there. But if I did, I would like it in a different color. Okay, so let's put this progress is better than perfection, and let's put it in there with, oh, there's 2 people now. Hooray! Did I miss anybody's comments? Okay. When did that go? 10:31. What time is it now? Okay, so that was just a second ago. Do you like are you talking about the progress is better than perfection quote? I like that quite a lot. So what color will I do? I'm going to have to move this in order to get clear stamping here. So let's just move this. Oh, come on. My foam adhesive is being very stubborn. Usually you can pull them off, but this one isn't coming off. Yes, the progress quote. I like that one too, Mo. All right, progress is better than perfection. Let's get a stamp color. So right below it is this card, and I would really like to have this kind of orangey red as the color on that stamp, because this card doesn't have any of that orangey red except for the little tiny, tiny bit of red on the dotted lines. So I'm going to zoom out so that the YouTube people can see me better. I'm going to go and try to find a orangey red ink. We have real red and we have orange. I don't think I have an orangey red. I have real red, and I have, this is like a pinky red, apple it's called. What else do I have here? ladybug. I have abandoned coral. Is that an orangey red? Let me get a little scrap. So I just put it on my agenda, on my planner. And how does that look compared to these? That actually looks pretty good. Yep. I've never used this ink before in my life. It is a distress ink, so it's not going to stamp as crisp as I would like, but I think that that's a good color. Let me just check and see what real red is too. I should find a proper thing to sample this on. Okay. That is too dark. Too dark. Yeah, it's too dark. We don't like that. Let's try the Mama Elephant. Apple. Now that's nice. But I think that the coral from Tim Holtz is probably going to be the best. And now I have ink all over my fingers. Which is not what I was going for. There we go. All right. That's my cat trying to get in here. She's going to go in my ceiling if I let her in, though, so I'm not going to. All right. There. All that checking just for that. But look, I think it's nice. All right. And now we need another foam dot. And let's put our light bulb right here. The quote actually fits because they every year they do a little bit better on their runs, so I think that quote is good. Throw away my little stampy sample paper and call this one done. Hooray! All right. So now we have this, which is Scott and Sophie reading. Sophie needs someone to read with her at night or she gets distracted. She's able to read well, but she just doesn't keep her attention very well. I cannot let my cat come in here. She's crying outside the door, but I cannot let her come in. Not when I'm doing Project Life. It would be a disaster. Poor kitty. Can you guys hear her crying? Do you think I'm a bad cat owner? Yeah, I do have Stampin' Up! Calypso Coral. It looked too orange to me. It would have been a good choice, though. I was looking for something a little bit more red. But you never know, maybe if once it was stamped, it would have looked red enough. I'm not opposed to doing something like stamping it in red and then adding an orange over top of it, especially with my misty, that would be very doable. You could layer 2 different ink colors to get that kind of tomato red. All right, so that's a cute little label that I'm going to have go off the edge like this. And maybe I will stamp a love of learning, that's kind of cute, on my reading list. In this picture, I think she's reading the book called York. So I could put on my reading list and then write York. I don't think the label's going to go off the edge though. Oh, Carina, you can't get Stampin' Up! In Sweden? Oh. I thought they were almost everywhere. On my reading list, I'm going to stamp on my reading list in gray. I really love this color scheme of the blue and the red. And I don't know if this is going to stamp all that nicely. Yeah, because I didn't rub it with the eraser, but that's okay. What am I looking at here? Okay. So there might be a demo who's willing to send you stuff, like an American or Canadian Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who's, I would really like this to go off the page, but it looks like it's going to look better on the page. Oh, I wish I had commissioned that stamp. Okay, so I just wrote York from her Owl Crate box. York from her Owl Crate box. And I think I will use some dimensionals for this. I guess I have to decide, am I going to run it off the edge like that? I do really like it off the edge. Or am I going to center it? I hate things centered, so I'm going to run it off the edge. Even though I would prefer it to run off the edge of more, like I would prefer it to be kind of like this, but this'll be okay. Oops. Let's get it straight-ish. And now I almost feel like a little paper clip would be nice there. For a little bit of interest. So let's go to Stampin' Up! Once again. I got these tiny little adorable clips. They're just adorable. Did I say they're adorable? Because they really are. Oh, I love it. Now I usually like to put something with a clip, so maybe, you know, so that it looks like it's clipped to something. So let's look at what we've got here in this. Oh, right, I forgot about those. There's little stickers here. Let's see if we can find a cute little sticker to stick under that. There's, I think a white sticker would be cute. Like a sticker with a white border around it, I mean. Oh, I keep bringing up the wrong thing. Oh, you guys are helping each other out. That's so sweet. You're a champ. Some of these are way too big for putting right here. And this looks like it's pointing to Scott saying love it. I think I'm going to just skip the sticker. We're going to not do a sticker. Maybe I'll think of something else to do there before I put this all away. There we go. That's cute. Good enough. This is kind of just a filler card, right? So I'm just going to stick this on like this. And I don't want to put two clips right beside each other, so I won't even put a clip there. Maybe I will staple it. Oh, come on. Hello, Evie's here. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. This is one of those casual, behind the scenes kind of live streams. Not too official, just sharing my process with you guys real time while I make a process video, which I need to remember to tend to. Sorry, guys. How was everybody's weekend? We have 5 of us on right now. That is a lot. Okay. So I'm trying to stamp on my project a little bit more than usual. I think so far I'm succeeding. I'm happy with it. So here I have this card that looks like this, and I'm going to cover up, and I just have to decide how much of this space right down here I'm going to cover up. And it kind of depends on how much of a story I want to tell about watching School of Rock. I don't think I need to tell too much of a story about that. And when I tell this story, I'm going to try to not be too repetitive. Like, you know, the picture tells a lot of the story. So I don't have to say something like, we watched School of Rock. Because obviously, if I have a picture of this, that's the movie that we watched. So I want to be a little bit more, I've only got so much space here. I want to make sure that I, you know, say something like, you know, spending time with the girls, watching a movie. The girls are different ages now. And so, I mean, they've always been different ages, but the gap is a little bit different at this age than it is at other ages. So watching a movie together is something that I can do with both girls together, and they both tend to enjoy it. So maybe I want to say something about that. And then I just put, it was fun to introduce them to Jack Black, because I don't think they've ever encountered him before. So that's about it for that one. And now we have my Vimle, which is my couch. I love this couch. I love it so much, and I wish it was in my living room already. But there was like a big mix-up when I ordered it online, and I still don't even know if it's coming. So let's hope that it'll be here on the 15th, because I don't work the 15th, so I'm hoping that it'll be delivered on October 15th. That's when I signed up for it to be delivered, but they have my money, but there's no record of the order, so I don't know. I guess they're gonna fix it, but I haven't heard from them, and then I was on hold with them for a really long time. I'm gonna follow up with them later on today, because it's not a cheap couch. I need to either have my money back or have the couch be on its way. So my Vimle is something that I definitely want to scrapbook. And I'm thinking a stamp. There's so much white space here that I might be able to use a fun stamp. Maybe this I love you, I really do, because I really do love this. But that's not really going to fit there. So let's see what else we have. Nope, none of those. Rock On would have been good for School of Rock, but I didn't really have any place to stamp it. I could stamp it and cut it out. There's this one that says love this. I don't love that stamp though. It was delicious? Nope, it wasn't. I could use like one of these bad news stamp. What is this called? I don't know what this stamp set is called, but it's by Studio L2E, and this kind of like you've got to be kidding me is something that I could, if I were kind of like documenting the story of how we ordered it, but it didn't really get ordered, might be good to use that. But I wasn't really planning to tell that story. I might be telling that story next week. Yeah, so we'll just leave that at that for now. We put an A+ on this. Let's put an A+. A+. We use the same Distress ink in that pretty coral color. Cute. That is pretty cute. And then I'll just do some journaling right on the photo. Where did that stamp set go? There it is. So I'm going to write after waiting 18 months for IKEA to open, we finally got to sit on a Vimle. Am I saying that right, Carina? Correct my pronunciation. Good news. It's as comfy as it is stylish. Wasn't there a stamp here that said favorite or something? Favorite, just a little randomness. High five. The best. I thought there was one that said fave or favorite. Where is it? I can't find it anywhere. I can't find the one that says fave. This is when I wish that I had all of my stamps tagged and indexed, and I could just type on my phone fave, and it would tell me all my stamp sets that have the word fave. Wouldn't that be awesome? What a labor-intensive job that would be. I thought that the food one had fave on it. Here are the two. My favorite. There we go. I knew there was one somewhere. Can't you use a question mark since you don't know where the sofa is? Well, I'm not actually documenting that story yet because this is actually, I'm thinking that that story might need to be documented kind of like tomorrow. Like first I'm going to document, we went to the store and we finally got to sit in it. It was sold out. So we had to order it online, and then a whole other story would be how I went to order that coach online and something weird happened and the order went kind of missing on us. Going to use gray ink for this. My favorite. Where am I going to put it though? Who knows? Maybe centered. Here we go. My favorite. That looks kind of, I don't know. I don't know if I like that, but it's there, so we'll just leave it. It doesn't look horrible. Yeah. I think I'll be using the bad news stamp if I need to wait too much longer for my figuring out the IKEA mess. All right, now I'm going to do some messy doodly lines. There we go. I like that. It's a nice card. And now let's document the trip to IKEA itself. So here I'm going to use the car, the blocky car, not the outline car. And I'm going to stamp. Maybe you can go your own way. Maybe right here. You can go your own way all the way to IKEA. And then I'll have my journaling kind of like go like that and go under the car too. Okay? Sound good? Will that work, you guys? And I'm pretty sure I've used these stamps before. I know I've used the car because I love that car. Now, I want to use a gray ink for this because I love Harmony's here. Did you eat at their restaurant? Yes, I did. But, so, and you've always wanted to try their meatballs. So, funny thing about their restaurants. So, we got there at about, first of all, kind of two funny things. We got there at 9:30 and the sign on the door said it opens at 10 a.m. But there were people inside, so we just opened the door and went in, and you could go in. Like, it was opened early because it just opened last week. So There you go. Oh, I like that. And so we were at the restaurant at like 10:57 or something like that, and waiting in the lineup, and they only had breakfast. So we were like, okay, we'll try a Swedish breakfast. We've never had that before. I've had the meatballs before because I used to live in a city that had actually two IKEAs. I lived in Calgary. And so I had had the meatballs before, but Scott hadn't, and we were planning to order the meatballs, but it was still breakfast when we were there. So right after we ordered our breakfast, it flipped over to the lunch menu, and so we had breakfast instead of meatballs. But then we bought the meatballs at the, like, right after you check out, there's like a marketplace with food that you can buy, like frozen food that you can bring home and prepare. And so we bought a package of the frozen meatballs, and we also bought a little package of powder that you use to make the sauce. It's probably not the most healthy sauce in the world. But we did have Swedish meatballs. We just had them at home that night instead. That was Monday. So yeah, I want to go back and get the meatballs from the restaurant though. Oh, that's okay, Evie. I'm glad that you can be here at all. I know that it's not the ideal time to do a live stream, but it's, I just thought that if you can't hop in and watch, you can watch it later. From a balance perspective, I'm actually not sure I'm going to like the look of journaling right here. I think from a design perspective, I'm not sure that I'm going to like that. But that was what my plan was. I wanted to say something about, like, kind of, it's like the whole top of the hill is dedicated to IKEA. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to journal on one of these labels. Oops. My sister-in-law calls it, I think she calls it Mount IKEA, because it was a big mountain of just rubble for a good period of time while they were kind of preparing the land for IKEA to move in. Now, one thing that you can do on these little edges is you can take a handheld hole punch, like a school hole punch, and just punch these little corners out. But I find it just as easy to just round it off with my scissors than it is to run over and get my handheld hole punch. So I think I'll do my journaling right here, actually, right under there. I think that looks better. Yeah, we were there for 3.5 hours. That's a long time to be in one store, especially since we didn't really buy all that much. They had no Rascogs, they had no Vimlays, they had no Stockholms. I was very disappointed. I really like that. That is where I want it to be. I really like this for a couple of reasons. It goes right up to the IKEA sign, and it balances off nicely with the car. It's not straight, but I don't think anyone will notice. It's the lovely thing about Project Life. There's so much going on in your pages. No one will notice if something isn't straight. Oh, the original store. bet the original store is pretty cool. We used to have an IKEA here in Halifax when I was a child, and I used to love the part where they had that chair on display, like with the machines kind of pressing it, saying that this chair can last through however many million sits and stands, or I don't know what it was, but I always thought that that machine was kind of cool. I'm going to write coming off the highway, approaching Mount IKEA. And then I'm going to put the date stamp because this is the kind of thing I want to record the date for. I always say I'm not very fussy about dates, but what day was Monday? It was October 2nd. So 02 and October. And I think I will put the date on with my reddish orange ink. There we go. Oh, I like that. Look at that, you guys. Oh, look at that. What are you guys saying? Oh, yeah, the food there is so inexpensive. Yeah, lunch, breakfast was $2.50. Yeah, for scrambled eggs, like a big plop of scrambled eggs, and 2 Swedish sausages, and 2 slices of tomatoes, and hash browns, and also toast. All of that stuff for $2.50 each person. And we got a coupon for $5 off the next time we go to the market. So I thought that was pretty awesome. So yeah, I have a story to tell with this one. So I'm going to temporarily adhere this right here because from a design perspective, I like how it looks with the photo, even though the photo is bigger than the little box. I like how it looks like that. So let's see if I can fit my journaling on here. Again, let's use the date stamp. I think this was a couple of days before we went to IKEA. So let's call it the 31st. No, because there wasn't a 31st of September. Again, let's use the red ink for the date. Nice to have that kind of repetition. Right here it says date, so put that like that. Nice to have repetition. How are we all doing? Oh, you can barely hear me, but I think that's because of the noise on your end, not because my sound isn't right. Let me know if my sound is really, really poor, and I'll try to figure out a solution. But yeah, I think I don't think I finished my thought there when I started talking about it. But the cord that you use to charge is also the cord that you use for your microphone, and live streaming takes up a huge amount of your battery. Like I think it uses 6% of your battery for every minute that you live stream. So I have to plug in when I live stream. Okay, so what am I going to say about this? Oh, this is such a heartwarming story. Sophie is a reluctant reader, but she had to read this chapter book for a school project. She spent 2 hours in her room reading. Then came out with tears running down her face. It's over. She cried. I miss the characters. It melted my heart to see her so engaged in the book. There we go. Poor Sophie. She had no idea. I hate that feeling at the end of a book. I hate that feeling at the end of a book when you've spent so much time with those characters and now you have to say goodbye, especially when it's not a series and it's the only book with those characters. It's so sad. There we go. And I think I'm just going to use the white space around that. Just leave it there. Meaning not put much. I might embellish it. I have some embellishments over here on the side of my desk. I tend to just try to get everything documented first, and then I'll go back and embellish. Okay. There we go. And now this one. This is just a funny picture of Sophie with her cat onesie. She's so cute. I really like this little strip of red and white striped paper. I kind of feel like stapling it on here with along with a label. Maybe this label, this navy blue label or light blue label. I love Project Life. I can't even tell you how much I love it. It's so much fun. I really don't want to cover up Scott's head, nor do I want to cover up, really the bowl of apples and tomatoes is kind of nice too. Maybe I'll put this like maybe even right there. Would that look all right? Yep, I think it does look all right there. Okay, so first of all, we'll put that strip. And this is just the trimmings from some of the back of this. Just leaves this really cute. In fact, I think this one is better because it's more narrow. So let's overlap that with this. Kind of like that. Ah, I love my messy lived-in house. Our house is often not the neatest house in the world, but we try to keep it neat enough that we can find the things we need, but not spend too much time cleaning. Cleaning is not a huge priority for us. I mean, like tidying and that sort of thing. Like sometimes things just get piled up everywhere and that's okay. As long as it's not too stressful. Sometimes it is too stressful and then you just have to clean up, right? But There are better things to do than tidy, 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 tidy all the time. What am I going to say about this? Maybe just a date and say that it's the morning. Morning routine. Morning routine. Here's a stamp that says breakfast. Where is that? Here it is. Stamp that says breakfast. That's good. I'll put that on there. And I think I'll put it on in gray. I don't think I've ever used this stamp before, so I will prime it. Breakfast. Yeah. And it has kitchen and the time, and I like that. All right, so my first page is done. Let's zoom out so that YouTube can see my first page. What do you guys think? First page is done. Oh, what book was it? It was called The Unicorn in the Barn. It's actually an awesome, thanks Mo. It's actually a really great book. It came in her Owl Crate book, in her Owl Crate box, which is a club, like a monthly book club membership, but it comes with, in your box comes a brand new book that is really, really new so that you don't already have it. And it also has a letter from the author and a couple of other book things. And the Owl Crate Junior has books for, I think, kids 10 to 12 or 13, and then the Owl Crate regular box has books, young adult books. And so I have been a member of the Owl Crate book club for a while, but lived as most of the reading of the books. And so they just came out with a junior membership, and so Sophie is subscribing because we're trying to get her reading. She really doesn't like reading very much. So it's called Unicorn, The Unicorn in the Barn, and it has beautiful artwork throughout it too. It is a chapter book, but it has more pictures than most chapter books have. Yeah, it's great. It is a good story. I wasn't a part of all of the reading of the story, but it's very enticing. I don't know how it ended. It was sad though. It was a sad ending. All right, so let's do page 1. So for this, what I'm going to do, let's just do this first. I'm going to use my X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut around oh, this is a little bit tricky. It's hard to get it cut smooth. Probably should have zoomed in for this. There we go. Let's see how that goes. So we have a little slit, and then we can put Frasier in there. And then I can put TV time or something like that. And then I don't cover up the cute little top of the alarm clock that I love so much. See that? It's just, I just slid it. There we go. So that's how it looks. So yes, I only can give you one angle for this kind of a live stream because I'm streaming on my phone, which is super easy and simple. And but it's limited in that you can only stream one stream. So when you see the two angles, those are actually two separate streams, which means that it's processing a lot more information. And they just don't have the capacity to do that on the mobile. So I'm going to bring this page over so that you can see it a little bit better. Harmony. There you go. And I am filming a process video at the same time, so you will be able to see this in my standard angle with my good quality camera after I finish editing it and putting it on there. So yeah, so I'm not quite done this card yet. I want to put TV time and maybe with these letters. Or actually maybe with different letters. Yeah, no, with these letters. No, with different letters. I can't decide. So if I do it with different letters, they will be Kelly Perky letters because I want them to match. So where did those Kelly Perky letters go that I pulled out before? Here they are. What time is it? It is 11:24. Holy moly. I gotta get moving. So these are two red. They're not the orangey red. I wonder though. They're not the orangey red, but let's just play around with this for a second. Let's take a Z because I don't use Zs very often. And let's get some ink. Like maybe this orange ink. Look, it's perfect. It's perfect, you guys. It's perfect. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that is perfect. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I can spell out TV time. I don't want to get that messy ink anywhere. I can spell out TV time with these red letters. Look at what I'm doing here. Oh, I should show the YouTube people how similar these two colors are to one another. I'm going to zoom in like that. And yes, that is what I'm looking for, is that kind of a color. And the color of ink that I'm using here is called Rusty Keys, and it's by Prima, and it's chalk ink. TV time. T-I-M. And these letters are similar enough to these letters. They're almost identical, but just smaller, that it will still have the consistency and serve as a form of repetition in the design of my pages. So now let's take these red letters and make them into an orangey red, a tomatoey red, if you will. And just look at that. That is awesome. Are you guys as impressed as I am? The Last Unicorn. I've heard of that, but I don't think they have watched it. Thanks for the suggestion. Especially Sophie will probably love that. Yeah. I'm going to take some time before I turn off my live stream and just look through some of the comments that I missed, because they will be gone forever once I turn it off. So chalk ink takes a little bit longer to dry than dye ink. Just hit it with my heat gun for a moment. TV time, put that right there. I should probably start with the bottom. And in fact, you know, I want it to be over here close to the alarm clock. I don't want a big gap between TV time and the alarm clock. So let's move it over here. Then we'll put the T right over T. There we go. So who was it that just said that they cried when Frasier ended? Who was that? Because I think I did too. There we go. Oh, look at that. It is not dry yet, that ink. It was you, Harmony, was it? I'm pretty sure that I cried as well when it ended. That was a sad day. What am I going to put in that little space? What am I going to put in that little space? I would like to put some arrows in that little space or something. Something in that little space. Hearts, arrows, stars. Some puffy stickers. Something. It's gotta be something. Let me see. These are just random little embellishments that I have here. An owl doesn't make good sense. This little, that throws off the balance. I think that's too big and it's too matchy-matchy with that. No, don't like that. Something smaller, maybe like a little, something like that. That'd be fine, I guess. But not with the foam on it. That's too tall. Yeah, this is a little fall leaf. A heart would be good. I think a heart would be very good. Oh, look, there's this little heart. And it's orangey red. I kind of like that. I'm gonna look in the overhead camera and see which, no, I don't like that at all. I like that. So that's what we'll do. Thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for the heart suggestion. I think that works well. And it's orangey red. Put a little bit of Tombow Mono Multi on the bottom of it. And I think I'll put it right beside the time. There. I like that a lot. I really like this card. Isn't it awesome how you can take something so simple and it just looks so nice? Now we have this. How many boxes of these Thin Mints do I have to eat before I start seeing results? And let's I don't mind that it's green, even though I don't have a lot of green on this page, because it's about thin mints, right? So that's okay. I don't think that was on there straight. There we go. Am I missing anything? Question about Tombow. Is it obvious when the bottle is almost empty? It seems like I've used quite a bit. The bottle feels the same to me, and I'm afraid to run out. Yeah, so I always have a backup of Tombow Mono and Multi, but to be honest, this is, I think, my second bottle, and I've used it liberally and for many, many years, and it just seems to last because you only need to use a tiny bit of it at a time, right? So you very well still might have a whole lot in there, even though you've been using it a lot. I wish I had a longer one of these labels. I think you get free printables with the Kelly Perky kit. I just feel like I want to bring, but I don't feel like going to my computer and finding them and printing them up. But I feel like I want to bring in some of the red color to this. So look, it's the measuring tape for being thin. Get it? It brings in the colors, gives my label a place to live, and I like it. It's punny without being actually punny. It's not an actual pun. And I think if these are going to go on this angle, then I'm going to have to put the label here on this angle too, which means this really needs to come down a little bit, or it's covering up too much of my phrase. There we go. Because I don't want to cover up the 1 and the 2. Yeah, we're going to go like that. There we go. Girl Guide cookie season again. And that's literally just what I wrote. And I think I'll outline this one. Haven't outlined any on this page yet. Whoops. Messy, messy. All right. A flash card making challenge on the main group every once in a while. That sounds like fun. Yes, and Oh yeah, I feel like going upstairs and getting some of those Thin Mints right now and eating them. But I won't. Oh, I actually really quite like how this card looks amongst the other ones. Look at that. That actually is quite nice. So this card looks fine just the way it is. I don't think I need to add anything to this one. I was thinking though about, I was wondering how a Project Life card would look with these on it, even though they don't really have anything to stick to. You know what I mean? Like they're now it's sticky back here, and you know what I could do? I could take one of the cards I'm not going to use. Like which one had August on it, or the first day of school? Where's that August card? There's a card here I know I won't use. Where is it? This one. I don't really like this. So let's... Okay. Hang on there. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's put the... This is a nice way to dress up a filler card that you don't want to do anything to because it's already nicely designed as it is. Can you hear Scott sanding? Can you hear the sandpaper? Now, I don't know if it's going to fit in the pocket like this. In fact, I doubt that it will. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to cut it down a little bit. That actually might give it quite a bit more visual interest as well. So if I cut it down just a little tiny bit, and the design is centered, so I'm going to have to take a little bit off of each of the sides, just eyeballing it, try to make it the same. Because the photo corners extend a little bit beyond the edge of the card. So that now, whoops, I'm just going to put these all on here. These are from Shawne, from the Glitter Girl collection. And I really love photo corners, but I never use them. I actually don't know where my photo corners are. They're one of those things that I'm not sure where I put them. I could have even gotten rid of them. That's possible. So now, you know what would have made more sense is to stick the photo corners onto that card and then stick this card in. But this is the way I did it, so that's fine. And now there's a little bit of extra white on this side, so let's just trim that down. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that nice? I like that. So here we go, working our way through the center of this spread. It looks like she's sitting amongst some pumpkins, but they're actually grapefruits. Pumpkins might make better sense with the time of year, but nope, they're pumpkins. I mean, they're grapefruits. I kind of like I like how this looks added there. Tone on tone, unexpected. It's I like that. Oh, I just got to get the goop from the adhesive off of it. There we go. That's kind of cute. Okay. See, just that little tiny bit of extra interest makes this card a little bit less boring. And then I'll just put a little caption that says Nixie right down here. And a little heart. And then this one is done. Yep. All right. So now let's do that ice skating card. Yep, you're right. You're right, Carina. It would have been easier to put the corners on the card first and then put the card inside of the corners. That would have been the smart way to do it. Alrighty. I really love how this card with these numbers on it picks up so nicely on this card with the colors in it. The colors are so similar, even though this is a Hip Kit card and this is a Kelly Perky card. I like it when it works out that way. So let's get these photos on here. I took the kids ice skating, and I can't ice skate because if I were to fall, it would be really bad for my health. And so Scott was working, so I took them to the ice rink and I just sat and watched them skate. And poor Sophie didn't have a friend. Liv met some friends there, so it wasn't so bad for her. But what are our top 5 favorite things about ice skating? Okay. What are the top 5 things about ice skating? I want to kind of emphasize these photos a little bit from the background that they're on. So I'm just going to do some messy outlining around them. Yeah, I was really wishing that I could have ice skated with Sophie. I even thought about doing it anyways, and then I thought, no, I really don't want to regret it. If I do, like, I don't usually fall when I ice skate, but I'm not a great ice skater either, so I just decided not to risk it. Yes, I know. I'm not supposed to do any kind of like contact sports or things that could like jolt me, or like kind of sudden movements can be hard on my organs. So what are 5 things that I want to say about ice skating or about this day? 1. Liv found out the SMC rink opened today. Number 2. She wanted to meet up with friends. Surprise, surprise. That's all she ever wants to do these days. She wanted to meet up with friends. I'm not bitter though. 3. Sophie also wanted to go. I can't ice skate, but watched the fun from the stands. That's what you call this, the place that you sit, right? The stands? Why do you call it the stands if you sit? I loved roller skating back in the day too. I was quite a roller skater actually. So 1, Liv found out the St. Margaret's Centre rink open today. 2, she wanted to meet up with friends. 3, Sophie also wanted to go. 4, I can't ice skate but watched from the stands. 5, so much fun to be back on the ice again. Well, not me, but them. Okay, nice. There we go. You see, you don't have to know what you're talking about when you journal. You can just make it up. There's no shame in making stuff up. Because it's true, you know, but you don't have to have a big, elaborate story to tell. Where did those cards go? I know that I had taken out some 4x6 cards, but I don't know where they went, so I'll grab another one. So I might need to turn off the stream pretty soon. Harmony's never ice skated, but loved to roller skate. So did I. I know, the throwback 80s roller skates are the best. They're much better than inline skates, in my opinion anyways. I was quite a roller skater. I used to do figure roller skating, like kind of with turns and jumps and tricks and stuff. You know, like with a partner and kind of like ice dancing type of stuff. There's something you might not have known about me. I'm going to outline these arrows so that they stand out a little bit more. Just messy outline, doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. I like that look actually. Now these are the fish tacos that I made. It's not the greatest picture, but it was our first time making homemade fish tacos and they were delicious. And Livy made the salsa that's underneath, like tomatoes and onions and lime juice and something else. I forget what, I think garlic or something. And she just made it. She looked it up online and made it herself. And Sophie, we were at the grocery store trying to choose a sauce. Like I wanted to get tartar sauce for them. And Sophie chose the McDonald's filet of fish sauce, which you can now buy the McDonald's sauces at the grocery store in Canada. I don't know if you could in the United States for a long time or what, but it was delicious. It was like that sauce made it. I'm so glad that Sophie made that suggestion because I would have never picked it myself. It was so yummy. If you guys ever need sauce for fish tacos, definitely get the McDonald's filet of fish sauce at the grocery store. It's just yummy, yummy, yummy. So let's use gray letter stickers to spell out fish tacos. And I want to put that nom 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 stamp because I love that nom 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 stamp. And it's been so long since I've used it. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, nope, that's not it. Here it is. Please tell me nom 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 will fit. I can put it right there. Yeah, I can put it right there. I specifically printed out this photo hoping that nom 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 would fit right there. And it does. Set go now. There it is. So I also have this Kelly Perky foodie stamp, Bon Appetit it's called, and it says it was delicious, and I think I might add that one too. Somewhere it says it was delicious. Right there. We'll add that one somewhere. I have to make sure it's straight. There we go. Oh, fish tacos are delicious. If you haven't tried them, definitely try them. They're great to have. I think I'll put it was delicious right down here. I don't know. We'll see. Right, so I wanted to put fish tacos up here. Was I saying something and forgot? I don't know. Don't even remember what I was saying now. We have a little fish shack that is, well, it's called a modern fish shack. It's kind of like a fish and chips place, but it's quite a bit fancier than that, than a fish and chips place usually is. I think I need to move the whole thing over and put like I was going to put like fish tacos, but I don't like how that's going to look. So let's move all of this over. These letters are pretty forgiving. So we have this little fish shack that's like fancy. They call it a fish shack, but it's kind of like a fast food joint, but a little bit higher end than fast food. And you can get fish tacos, and I love it there. It's called Catch with a K, K-A-T-C-H. And that's where we first started eating fish tacos, and then Scott bought the ingredients to make them at home. And I am in love with fish tacos now. I didn't think I would like them, but they're just so fresh because you put all kinds of veggies on them. Wait a minute. I'm spelling this backwards. Did you guys catch that? I put the S and then the H. There we go, that's better. And finally, the F. Fish, tacos, and need to shove everything over so that it lines up nicely. I know I said I don't like to spend too much time lining things up in Project Life, but I think this title will look better if it's lined up a little bit better than it is here. Fish, tacos, let's shift everything down a tiny, tiny bit. Oh, it's probably so boring watching somebody realign stickers. There we go. Sorry guys, there we go. Fish tacos, nom nom nom. And it was delicious. And I almost wish that there were like little brackets. I'll draw little brackets around. It was delicious. There we go. There you go. Alrighty. How are we doing? What on earth are we doing with this card? Let's figure this out. Scott probably thinks I'm crazy in here talking to myself. He might not be able to hear me because he's got music on. Can you guys hear the scraping? That's him sanding and putting on drywall, whatever that stuff is that you put on drywall. Like the stuff that you put on like plaster and then you sand it up and then you sand it. I forget what that stuff is called. Yes, it is nice that he's handy. He actually really enjoys doing projects like that. He has done a lot of things like he finished our basement in our other house. We installed a sink together, like from nothing to, like, there had to be pipes put in and pipes like fitted together and soldered and all sorts of stuff. That was quite a project. Oh, I kind of like that. And then I think that a flare badge would look kind of cute right there. I think the camera just kind of like on the edge over there of the dots. And then what will I do with this? Who knows? Who knows what I will do with that? Maybe just leave it. What do you think? Does it look nice just like that? Let's find another flare badge. Look at this one. This one says got cat. I heart my cat. There's a cat face. Can you guys see those? I think I got those from, I don't know where I got them from. What was that store called? Like, darn, what was that store called? A Flair for Badges. I think I got it from there. There's one that says meow, and another one that says meow. But I don't need a cat one for this. I need something else. I just want something cute. Maybe this one? That's too big. I think these are all going to be too big for there. Yep, they are. I need a smaller one. Or a button. Let's get a button. Because buttons come in more sizes than the Flair badges do. It would be nice if I could find one of those blues that are... That's kind of nice. It picks up on the blue that is elsewhere in the page. Oops, what is that? What did I just do? So this blue Stampin' Up! Button, it picks up on the blue that is elsewhere on the page, like this blue, for example. I like it a lot. And it's nice texture, and nothing says fall more than corduroy. And I think I'm going to leave it without the string, without it being sewn on. No, I'm not going to do that. You guys know me better than that. I'm not going to leave that unsewn. Here's a way for me to add a bit of contrast. Poke the holes first with my Stampin' Up! Poker. I already have some black thread on my needle. You guys knew I was going to leave that. There is something really sticky on my needle that makes it difficult to sew. Ah, get through there. There we go. It's the head of the needle, like the part where the hole is also covered in glue, and it's thick. All right. There we go. So if Scott finishes the drywalling this, like today, then we will prime and paint, or I will prime and paint this weekend. So the girls and I will probably go out tomorrow morning looking for, not tomorrow, but Saturday morning, looking for some paint colors. So that's cute, I like that. I think I will outline it, but I'm going to outline it with my ruler, which I rarely do. I'm going to go like this. then I just left a little gap. Left a little tiny gap that I thought I might do like a dot 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 or an XXX. But then I thought maybe I could put like a little something in that space that I left. Like stamp something. I don't really have anything in mind, so I probably didn't leave the right amount of space for it. Oh, I could put these little hearts. Look at these tiny little hearts. Well, this tiny little heart. So, I wonder if I can fit 3 of these right here. Just for a little bit of extra interest, right? That's cute. There, that's so cute. There you go. See that? And what am I going to do with this? Ah, right. This is the television. We got a new TV, and this is a shot of us putting it together or putting it up. So I've got some more of these labels, or I could I think these are Kelly Perky. So that would be kind of appropriate. I could put this right here. What I really like about this photo is that it has every member of our family in it. So there is, oh, darn it. Liv is cut out. Liv is there, Sophie, me, Scott, Nixie, Chloe, and Lila. So everybody is in this one. And I'm not going to be able to put this label without covering up Lila too much. So that's not a good label. Let's see what other labels I have. I thought I had 2 sheets of those Kelly Perky labels. Thought maybe I already used one up. You knew I wasn't going to leave that button unthreaded. Well, the only reason everybody is in this photo is because this is a camera that is always pointed at my entire house. It's like a wide angle camera that is kind of like a home security camera. And so it's recently been installed because our kids are spending more time home alone. And oh, this one says, "Let's stay home." I kind of like that. Let's stay home and watch TV on our new 65-inch television. All right. There we go. We're kind of at that stage in our house where we've been here for so long that a lot of our things need replacing. Like our TV was starting to not work properly. Can't have that. Can't have a TV that doesn't work. Not in this house because we really love television. I would like to combine some labels here. Okay, so we'll take that one, and we got to bring some of this orangey red into this photo. This is the last card. Can you guys believe I'm almost done? This was a long one though. And thank you for joining me for all of this time. I really appreciate you guys keeping me company. It's a lot more fun scrapping with people around. I'm usually all by myself. All right, so we can put this right here, and that way I'm not completely covering up the fact that I think this is Liv's homework here on the counter. Can put that there. It's not going to cover the cat. And this, like, kind of layered with it. Maybe I should put this on first. Right there. Let's stay home. Is there anything that I might want to stamp on here? Bright idea to get a new TV. Maybe. There's kind of, I like the idea of stamping in the corner where there's like all this bright overexposed light right there. Okay, I'm losing all my stamps, so hang on. This stamp goes with this set right here. It goes right in this little spot right here. And then where does It Was Delicious belong? It belongs in the Kelly Perky set. It Was Delicious, yes. Oops. It Was Delicious belongs right there. Okay, before I get too carried away here. I like the bright idea. It was a bright idea to get a TV. We knew we'd need one soon because our TV was starting to randomly just stop working. And these TVs were on sale quite significantly. It was a TV that we would have not been able to afford to get if it was not on sale. Scott was watching it, and when it went on sale, he was like, we should get it, and we were like, no, that's not allowed. And then we changed our mind like 5 or 6 times before we finally decided to get it. It's always better to replace your TV before the one conks out that you have, because then you have more options, right? Like then you can take your time and pick the one that you want and wait for a good sale and so on. To be honest, I'm not sure that I love how Bright Idea looks there, but it's there now, so it's there. I think it's a little bit too big of a stamp to go there. That's okay. It doesn't look awful or anything. But this is how you learn what looks good and what doesn't look good, by making mistakes. It's not really a mistake, but you know, by doing things that you don't like, that's how you learn that you don't like it. Decided to get a new TV before, oops, the old one conks out. That is quite nice. I like that. And I'm going to draw a bold line. Am I going to have room for a bold line there? I'm going to draw a bold line around the edge of this, which doesn't matter because I already have cut Olivia out. I wouldn't have if Olivia was right there, but she's cut out, so it doesn't really matter. Poor thing. Cut out of my project life. But that's okay. She's in it in other places. I like how that ties the photo together. This especially looks good on a really busy photo like this, to kind of have something that just ties it together and makes it look nice and tight. There we go. Now, here is page 1. Let's zoom out. Page 1. Oops, ow, something sharp is over there. Page 2. There, can you guys see that? There you go. So page 1 and page 2 look like that. Do I need any final touches here? Any final touches at all? This is where I might add enamel dots or anything. Sewing, I really don't want to sew on these pages. My goal is to not sew at all on Project Life, actually, just to keep it simple. Okay, let's look at some of the things I have here. These are giant embellishments, so they're not going to work on any of these pages. No, I really like the look of that card being bare like that. I especially like it with the hearts in the corner there. I think I might be done. I think that might be it. The only thing that I might want to add is, oh, here I have these arrows from Freckled Fun. Okay. So, some vacuuming. You guys heard that, right? Can you guys hear the vacuum? Is that a horrible sound? Should I turn you off now, or what? Give me some feedback. Let me know. Okay, it's not horrible sounding. Okay, good, good. So you can hear it, but it's not horrible. That's what I wanted to know. I think these arrows are kind of cool, and I would like to use them somewhere. An arrow would look really nice right here, but it would be pointing off of the screen, and that doesn't, off of the frame, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Ooh, this arrow would look really nice right here underneath of the car. It looks like it belongs. There you go. See that? That looks nice. And I put another one right there. And there's a bunch of arrows there already. don't really show up enough to put one right there. I really like that plain. I don't want to add anything to that. I think we're just about done. I think that's about it. I feel like maybe, actually, I think that this emptiness balances nicely with that emptiness. I kind of wish I had put 3 hearts right here too, but I didn't know I was going to do that, so I didn't. I think we're done. My thought, the reason I pulled out my enamel dots is I was going to put like 3 blue enamel dots right here, but I put the arrow there instead, so I can put those away. There we go. And I think we're done. Yep, we're done. Do I have a place to put this bright idea? Not really. I'm thinking about how this diagonal blue goes, and this is diagonal too, but I don't want to put that there. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I think we're done. We're done with that. We don't have to use everything. So, all right, so you guys are going anyways, so now I'm going to log off and finish up my process video. So thank you so much for joining me today, and you can expect to see this process video in early access on Patreon sometime, probably today or tomorrow. Take care, guys, and have a great scrappy week.